Hello and welcome everyone. As always, it's great to have you with us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, the sudden and tragic death of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez shocking the sports community. Fernandez's body was found early this morning in a 32-foot boat that crashed near Miami Beach. Officials say the boat was traveling full speed when it hit some rocks and capsized. They do not believe alcohol or drugs were involved. 2 other bodies were found. They are being described as close friends of Fernandez until their families can be notified by authorities. Fernandez was in his 4th season with the Miami Marlins, who drafted him out of Tampa Alonzo High School in 2011. Considered one of the MLB's brightest stars, the 24-year-old was the 2013 Rookie of the Year and 2-time All-Star. The Marlins organization canceling their game today against the Braves and describing their emotions in an afternoon press conference.
When you watch kids play Little League or something like that, that's the joy that Jose played with and the passion he felt about playing.
He told one of his teammates that the last game that he pitched against the National was his best game he ever pitched, and now he's gone, and it's hard.
Fernandez successfully defected from Cuba in 2008 while pitching at Tampa Alonzo High School. He would defeat Sarasota High School in a 2010 regional game. Dayan Rodriguez pitched for Sarasota High School in that game and played with Fernandez growing up as youngsters in Cuba. In a Skype interview, Rodriguez describes what it was like watching the 24-year-old become an ambassador for the island nation.
For him to come over here and do that is great, and seeing somebody that you knew doing the great things he was doing is great. I don't even know what to say about the whole situation. I'm still in shock. I still cannot believe it. It's gone just like that.
As we mentioned, the 2 other bodies found near the wreckage have not been identified. We will try to bring you those updates as they become available. New protests over the police shooting that killed a black father in North Carolina. Police releasing some video of the incident, but critics say that's not enough. Today, crowds took their message to the Sunday football crowd. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Charlotte with more.
A call to action in the streets of Charlotte right outside the Panthers game Sunday. Keep Scott! Keep Scott! Demanding justice in the deadly police shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. Crowds facing off with officers outside the stadium, some dressed in riot gear. We don't see no riot here! Riot here! The National Guard on scene as well. Inside the stadium, Panthers quarterback Cam Newton wearing this T-shirt during warm-ups with the Martin Luther King Jr. quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." 43-year-old Scott was killed by police last Tuesday. The department buckling to pressure this weekend and releasing some of the video showing the deadly confrontation. In the dash cam footage, you see Scott get out of his SUV, walk backwards, hands by his side, when 4 shots are fired.
We got shots fired, 1 suspect down.
The body cam video showing a different angle, a uniformed officer using a baton trying to break the passenger window to get Scott out of his vehicle. Then Scott is seen standing. After that, the father of 7 lying on the ground.
Get some gloves, we need to hold the wound.
If you are a CMPD officer, your boss is a liar.
Protesters say the video just raises more questions.
It implies that the police killed Keith Lamont Scott for no reason.
Scott's family vowing to find justice.
It does not make sense to us how it was possible that this incident resulted in the loss of life.
Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Charlotte.
Baltimore police say 8 people are injured in a shooting Saturday evening. Police say 6 men, including a 3-year-old girl and her father, were among the victims. Authorities say at least a dozen shots were fired. Investigators believe 3 suspects were involved in the shooting, 1 with a shotgun and the other 2 with handguns. They say this is a retaliation to a Labor Day weekend shooting that killed 1 man and injured 2 women. Officials say 8 victims are expected to survive. Red tide causing massive fish kills all along the coast of southwest Florida, including right here on our shorelines. ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us live from Siesta Key Beach. And Kate, what are the conditions like out there?
Well, Adam, I know it looks pretty beautiful out here tonight, but this is actually where we're seeing some of the worst effects of that red tide algae bloom. The latest Florida Fish and Wildlife report identifies this beach in particular, along with North Longboat Key, as having some of the highest levels of red tide. But that was last updated on Friday, so it's important to keep in mind that that's subject to change. For beachgoers, it mainly means respiratory issues and irritation, but for fish, birds, and mammals, it can be fatal. We're already seeing massive fish kills here on Siesta Key, and many locals say they've never seen conditions quite like this.
For the 2 years I've lived here, it's been blue, clear, not like this.
Lots of dead fish, seaweed,
smelly,
really bad.
Unfortunately, the water's a little brown, it's smelly, and what I hear, it's not good to swim in that.
For the latest on beach conditions, be sure to log on to mysuncoast.com. Live from Siesta Key Beach, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Kate Flexter, thank you very much. Now let's go over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our local weather. Wendy?
And we are still looking at very warm conditions right now. It's 89 degrees, but we have not had nearly as much rain as we had yesterday. We've just had some spotty showers that have taken place. Our humidity is not very high at 67%, and the winds are coming in right off the Gulf of Mexico at around 9 miles per hour. Most of the heavy downpours that are taking place right now are taking place south of our viewing area, mostly around the Fort Myers region. They've just started to sneak into the southern sections of Charlotte County, and we're getting some thunderstorms being reported right here. Most of the movement of these showers is towards the west, and you can see the rest of our viewing area now very quiet, not hardly anything being reported earlier this afternoon. Up until this hour, maybe just a couple of showers that have just moved through very quickly throughout the day. So we're not looking at any problems for the overnight time period, and we'll let you know what we can expect for this upcoming week. I will give you one clue, Adam. We do have a cold front we're watching. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
That sounds pretty good there. Now we are just hours away from Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump standing on the same stage. The first presidential debate is tomorrow, but the fireworks have already started, including some interesting invites. ABC's Mary Bruce reports from Washington.
The stage is set and the expectation game in full swing on the campaign trail.
What we're concerned about is that there might be some sort of double standard here.
I really don't appreciate campaigns thinking it is the job of the media to go and be these virtual fact checkers.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's campaigns trying to set the bar on what will likely be the most watched political showdown in American history. Their first presidential debate being compared to the Super Bowl, 100 million people expected to watch. And the race couldn't be tighter. A new ABC News Washington Post poll shows Clinton holding at 46%, Donald Trump just 2 points behind, but still within the margin of error. The Clinton camp hammering that Trump needs to be called out on lies.
In a 90-minute format, not 20-second sound bites, there's a real opportunity to hear somebody say something and then get into, is that actually true or not?
Meanwhile, Trump says he expects the moderators to be harder on him. The most powerful Republican in Congress, House Speaker Paul Ryan, hopes Trump is doing his homework.
Look, Hillary Clinton's been doing this most of her life. She is the consummate pro. This is new for Donald, so I think he should obviously over-prepare for it.
The psychological warfare has already started. First, Clinton's campaign invited Trump's nemesis, billionaire Mark Cuban. The Republican nominee responded by tweeting, "Perhaps I will put Jennifer Flowers right alongside of him." Flowers, the woman who had an affair with Bill Clinton decades ago, reportedly said, "Yes, I'll be there."
Why did he send out that tweet?
Because he wants to remind people that he's a great counterpuncher. She has not been invited by the campaign.
While both candidates are spending the day preparing behind closed doors, both had meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A brief pause before the epic face-off. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
The new ABC News Washington Post poll shows more Americans expect Clinton to win that debate, 47% compared to Trump's 33%. The Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein is coming to the Sun Coast. She will make a stop in Sarasota on Wednesday and will continue her tour in Florida through Friday. Wednesday's event is free to the public, and Stein's campaign will be accepting donations. The event will be held at the Robert L. Taylor Community Center off North Washington Boulevard from 12 to 2 p.m. There will be a separate meet and greet photo opportunity for supporters. Tickets are required for the VIP meet and greet. Still to come here on ABC7, young creative fashionistas. Kids and teens break out of their comfort zone and create clothing from unconventional materials. We'll show you some of their creations coming up.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329 or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Chronic sleep problems may lead to other disabilities. We'll have the details in HealthSmart.
Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hurricane season is here, so when